Hi guys, this is Angel Fields with Think Big Marketing, and we are answering questions today. So I have some questions that have come in via email, and then my summer interns, which are teenagers, are also going to be asking some questions. So I will forewarn you because I have not filtered the questions, and that might have been a mistake. So first of all, let me tell you about an email that I received regarding cold calling and whether or not that's a medium that still works. And I think the answer is yes. Listen, I personally still do cold calling. Now, I balance that out with also doing follow-up calls and calling out on leads that maybe have come in from the day before. But with cold calling, what I really like about it is the fact that I get to introduce my company, my product, my service to new people. In addition to that, we also use something called Voice Drop. Voice Drop. And what's really cool about Voice Drop is it allows you to create a message. You pre-record it, you upload it to the system, and then you blast it out to as many phone numbers as you want. So if you really think about it, how many times when you're making your dials out do you leave a message for a person? So with this system, it allows you to pre-record the message, send it out to as many people as you want, and then the folks that are calling you are the people that are interested in buying your product or service. So if you want to know more about Voice Drop, let me know. Send me an email or give me a call, and I'd be happy to share with you some of the better vendors that we found and some of the successes that we received. Dre, you got a question for me?
Yes, ma'am. Let's start at the beginning. How did you start your company?
How did I start my company? I started my company October 4, 2008 on the couch of a girlfriend. Listen, I had this dream, this vision of being able to partner with companies and helping them to market, advertise their business with the sole goal of increasing their return on investment. And so when I started it, it was in the middle or the start of a recession, and I jumped. And thank God I soared. So here I am almost 9 years later.
Okay. Another question that came in mind. If you could restart with your business, how would you make it better?
If I could restart, how would I make it better? Well, that's a little bit of a tough one. But I think some of the biggest mistakes that I made starting off, you got to remember, I came from corporate, right? So I was an executive marketing for a Fortune 100 company, or a division of a Fortune 100 company. And I had a huge budget, multi-million-dollar budget. So I was spending a lot of money on campaigns and products and services and for the sole purpose of generating traffic into the company. And so I kind of had this big money mentality, and I spent money that I didn't necessarily have to spend in the beginning, especially on marketing material. Listen, I have enough brochures to start a forest fire in my parents' basement. It is ridiculous. But I was so used to buying in large quantity that I made that mistake of spending money that I didn't necessarily need to spend early on. So I think one of the biggest advices that I would give to new businesses out there is to hire a marketing consultant. Now, I'm a little biased, and I don't say that because I am a marketing consultant. I'm saying that because it's a really good way of spending your money. There are so many tools and apps and techniques that are out there right now that really you could try so many things and go bankrupt. And so the beauty of using a marketing consultant, even if it's just to bounce ideas off of, is that they generally know a lot of the ins and outs of a lot of the systems that are currently out there, and they can really help you be really laser focused on where to spend your money and help you to identify who your target customer is, so you're spending your money a little wiser.
Okay.
What other questions we got?
Let's see. Oh, going through your business, what were some of your rookie mistakes?
Going through my business, what were some of my rookie mistakes? Well, like I said, definitely spending money on things I didn't need to spend money on. I think the other mistake was when I first started my business, I started the business at home. So it was on my couch. And I think I got lax sometimes, especially after I made a few good sales. So what was happening was I was the lawyer, the accountant, the designer, the developer. I wore all of the hats. And so what would happen is after I would make a sale, or a few sales, I would get so buried in the work that had to be done in order to fulfill whatever the order was for the client that I would need to take a break afterwards. And so that definitely was a mistake. And so now I think what I would, if I had to go back to the 31-year-old Angel, it would be to stay focused, drive hard, and don't stop. Let me tell you one of the questions that we came in via email and answer one of those for you before you jump on, Dre. So one of the questions that I received was in regards to email providers and who are some of the best email providers that are out there. So listen, I'm not necessarily promoting any one company. I personally use a company called Vertical Response. Love Vertical Response. Another one that's really popular is Constant Contact. And if you're into automation, which is a totally different video that you should check out, being able to systematize your business, that was another rookie mistake that you could definitely learn from me on, is so using an autoresponder, and a company called Aweber has a really good program that I like. What you got, Dre?
What advice would you give others just starting?
What advice would I give others just starting?
Just getting started.
Just getting started? I would tell them to hire smart. And what I mean by that is, listen, if you're not an accountant, hire one. If you're not a salesperson, hire one. If you are not a marketing person, hire one. And you can hire freelancers or consultants, and that way you're not having the overhead of having a staff of all of these people, and you really are utilizing them as you need them. You also need a business card and a website. Listen, I met with a customer yesterday. She had been in business for 7 years, and she really wanted help in helping to take her business to the next level. She had found herself really stagnant and not generating any leads. And I learned that she didn't have a website. And listen, a website, if nothing else, is for credibility. In this day and age, your website needs to be mobile friendly. And it needs to have your contact information on there. So I would say for new businesses, invest in yourself. It is extremely difficult, especially when you have people to pay and bills to pay and all of those things. But I think investing in yourself will help you out a lot in the long run. Let me share with you another question that came through, and that was in regards to video marketing. So I like video marketing. I am not new to it, but I am new to it in terms of being in front of the camera. So in the past, what I have been recommending video marketing to my customers forever. And a lot of my customers have done it, and they are soaring as a result of it. But I was a little camera shy, and so now I'm starting to do more and more with video marketing. So I think that's about wraps it up for the questions, the time I have for questions today. Hey guys, feel free to continue to email your questions into me. Email them at connect@thinkbig4me.com. That's connect@thinkbig4me.com. I really hope this helps. Talk to you soon.